Hello, everyone. Welcome to Court of the Rings on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I am Lotro's community manager, Cordovan, and I'm here for the next not quite an hour to just sort of chat with you, answer any questions you might have, do some Q&A. If I end up doing some questing here today, I was kind of thinking about maybe getting started in the Wells of Langflood. I am 127, so a little low, but I don't know. We'll see kind of where we go there. How are you doing here on this Friday? Weather here isn't too bad in the Massachusetts area. Hope everything is going okay with you. Hope you're all staying safe and uh, relatively happy and all that. So, thanks everyone for being here. And let me Friday. But we have a couple of things we can mention. The first of which is that the Tale of the Shipwrecked Mariner is on now, and that runs through the 20th. That'll be shut off on the 21st at 3 a.m. Eastern Time. That would be Monday. So basically, as Sunday turns into Monday at 3 a.m. Eastern Time, the Tale of the Shipwrecked Mariner will come to an end. It's a small event that has been in game for quite some time, loosely related to Talk Like a Pirate Day, which is this weekend, tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Arr. Okay, and however, we also have Bilbo's birthday, which is also Frodo's birthday, which is more appropriately called Baggins's birthday. That too kicked off this morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and that'll run through the 23rd. So that one runs a little bit later, and that runs until the 24th at 3 a.m. Eastern Time. So through the 23rd, which is next Wednesday, you can check out the Baggins birthday. Uh, I did want to make one other note about our event schedule, because it's likely not going to be ready to go at the time that we had listed it in the prior event schedule. Um, Hopefully, we'll have more information on it in the near future. We are going to have Harvest Math in October. It will, at the very least, be around in time for Halloween weekend, and most likely a few weekends before and or after and or with something like that. But unfortunately, we found ourselves in a position of being like, it's just not quite ready yet. So stay tuned. But that happened, and that will be happening. It does not impact Durin's Day event, which was set to take place at the same time. That actually kicks off on the 15th of October, so a little ways from now. But 15th of October at 10 a.m. Eastern, both of those were running at the same time. That is not impacted, just the Harvest Math start date. Because until we do a little bit more work, uh, we're not in a position to really formally put it on the calendar, even though it had been informally on the calendar for quite some time. Hey, can I? Stream is very laggy again. So unfortunately, I think this is an issue with my computer and or my internet upstream bandwidth. I will have to look into it. Hopefully, in future sessions. I don't know. Maybe there's some things I can cut back the stream bandwidth that I'm using for all three streams to try to help better manage it. But if you're having kind of issues with dropped frames and what have you on YouTube, perhaps check out Twitch or Facebook, see if that works out a little bit better for you. By the way, people on Twitch, can I ask a real quick favor of you? One of the things that Twitch did this week is they started running what are called um, I actually don't know what they're calling them, mid-roll ads or something like that. So if you I'm getting an ad on Twitch chat. I'd kind of like to get a sense of how that change is impacting the viewers of Lotra Stream on Twitch. And the easiest way, frankly, to get that done is just to ask you to quick give me feedback during an hour, and we'll see, is this even happening? And if so, how often? So let's kind of take a look at that if we can. Thanks. Okay. I'm basically in game and I don't have a lot going on. So I thought I might just sort of head into the scholar's request here. and head kind of towards the Wells of Langflood. But I'm not sure. Maybe this I might be a little too low. I don't know. I actually have not run this before, so I am a little nervous about going into uncharted territory. But hopefully, with your help, we can get through this. So, yep. Oh, I must have turned my volume down all the way. Just a second. Let me take care of that. Yeah. I was like, why am I hearing no sound?
Greetings.
No sound? There we
I
go.
am
Greetings. There we go. All right, let me check on chat. Which server am I on? I am on Landreval. When will the curator be back? I don't know, but I intend to find out. I don't know, actually. I need to ask somebody, and that person needs to tell me when it's coming out. And then, if possible, I will let you know. So here's the thing, America over on YouTube. I don't actually have much to say about um, War of Three Peaks today. Ideally, there was a time where we were going to have a whole lot we could have talked about, but so let me just kind of put the image up here so I can sort of catch people up for a second. I debuted the teaser trailer on the live stream here, and then we followed up by putting that teaser trailer out on YouTube. In that, the intended plan was either potentially Monday, but more likely Tuesday. We were going to open up War of Three Peaks for its first Bull Roarer preview. So a lot of the questions that you would be asking me today, you would already know because you would have had an opportunity to preview it this week over on Bull Roarer. Things like, how will missions work? How does the scaling figure into it all? What's new? What's changed? All that sort of thing. But we ran into just a weird kind of struck by lightning issue with our version control and software check-in development tool that's commonly used not just in the games industry but throughout software development in general, that caused us to have to redo a whole bunch of work. Not redo the development work, but redo the check-in work, which is the process of actually getting that work into a game build, right? And so we ended up having to redo Saturday, Sunday, and most of Monday, and that the troubleshooting time to get to a position for everything to get rechecked in brought us to, I guess it was almost Tuesday afternoon at that point. And by that point, then, it takes a while to actually do all that check-in work and then build work and what have you. So we couldn't get War of Three Peaks out this week on Bull Roarer, which is our public preview server. And so, unfortunately, we kind of find ourselves on a Friday here. We had started to do what was going to be a series of kind of unveilings, and we're pushed back just a little bit. It will be next week, I can tell you that much. All those issues have been resolved, and actually we have now a couple extra days of time to work on it. And our first War of Three Peaks preview will be next week, and that'll be on the Bull Roarer preview server. So, and then at that point, then you'll have a whole lunch of information, a whole lunch. Like the kind that comes in a box that has the thermos that you unscrew. Maybe you've got a spoon. Maybe there's soup in it. Maybe there's ravioli. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying that'll be happening next week, perhaps as soon as, say, Tuesday. And also, hello, Coolfold. When is Myrtle Mint leaving so we can get another Figment of Splendor barter NPC? That will be with Update 28, War of Three Peaks. I posted who it was going to be on the forums, and then now trying to dig that information out because it was lost in a Teams chat. It's going to take me a little bit of too much time today. I believe it's Rowan that's going to be coming in with Update 28. I think that's the one. Do we think we could probably get it around Christmas time, the full release? I am ready to pre-order. One, you will not need to pre-order. This is a $20 expansion, and it'll be available to purchase at the time it is released with the release of Update 28, and yeah, it'll be significantly before Christmas. That much I could say. Talk to Grimbjorn. Hi, I just talked to you a little bit ago. Have we fixed scaling? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Alexander, on Facebook. Sorry. Missions will scale to the group. It'll be a 1 or 2 person group that can take part in missions. This was all mentioned last week. The content of missions will scale between levels 20 and 130. So you do actually have to at least be level 20. I can't say level doesn't matter at all. But once you hit kind of that minimal threshold, it'll scale to your content. It's 1 or 2 player content. And they are larger in scope than, say, your typical Lotro quests. There's a little more going on with them. And they tend to be maybe in the range of 2 to 3 quests in terms of size. But you'll see more about that when we get to Bulver there. It's a repeat, I know, of what I said last week, but just in case you didn't hear it, that is sort of the general way it's going to work. I don't think that means that you're going to be, say, grouping with a level 20 at level 130 yourself, although we'll see how that goes. Range. Oh, you are referring to why a scaled 120 alt is more powerful than a 130. Okay. Are you specifically talking then about PVMP? That's something that will involve some balance work. Sometimes, we try to auto-scale you to hit where you should be, and sometimes that's a little ahead of the curve, sometimes that's a little behind the curve, and work has to be done to balance that out. I haven't seen that come through sort of my desk in the near future. Okay. Travel to Avabarg. Where is Avabarg? That would be there. Okay. Oh, I know that place. I know that. I've been there before. Man, monsters in there and me, we go way back. Alright. Yes, let me make a ironclad promise on that today. It'll be a fantastic idea. What I would say is that I think in general, you can expect the newest raid to try to have the shiniest loot. But that doesn't necessarily mean that in terms of raw power curve type dynamics, that it's going to always be perceived as, quote, better or worse in a binary way. Is that wishy-washy enough? I don't know. Probably? Maybe? I don't know. I've not heard any further news on classwork. I'm sorry to say. I apologize. I have heard nothing. Isn't that pretty? Huh? Alright. Let me see. What else what should I mention in chat? What do you guys want me to talk about? My understanding on the Twitch mid-roll ads is they're based on sort of the individual client, as it were. So it'll be something that just will pop up for you based on whatever algorithm they're using. And I understand they're trying to probably tweak it over time, so I'm trying to not get political or anything like that. But I think as a community manager, it would be helpful for me to know how frequently people during the live stream are encountering these sort of mid-roll ads, because it does remove the time that you would otherwise be perhaps getting an answer from me on a thing. So if it's something that we see, let's say in the range of, as opposed to if it's just maybe one person or no one at all. So it would help me to be informed about how frequently that stuff happens. I guess it would be useful to know that on YouTube as well, but my understanding is YouTube isn't doing mid-roll ads yet. So we'll see how that goes. Till I remember last week you were pretty concerned about ongoing class balance work as well. All I can really tell you about that is I too wish we were in a position where we could be closer to meeting the demands of the community in terms of the pace and breadth of class balance work that you would like to see us do. I also know the reality of the work that they have to do, and it's not insignificant. They have been doing class work. You see it in almost every release notes. And that pace of class work is frankly likely to continue in the short term. So if that doesn't meet your expectation, then, you know, that sucks. And I'm sorry, but I do expect our current pace of classwork to be the expected pace of classwork for the short term. One of the things being everyone working from home is it's a little harder than in the past to get a sense of what's happening with some of the systems work on a granular level. You know, I'm not seeing it on people's computer monitors as much, that kind of thing, you know? But hopefully we can get a little more information to you soon. I know we've got at least 3 to 4 classes I could name right now that people really, really want us to work on them. So we'll see, right? I mean, hopefully. But until that work is scheduled, I would feel it inappropriate to make a promise about it. Hey, buddy. There you are.
In many ways, the story of my people begins with King Marhari of the Northmen.
Disaster befell the Theuda during the Battle of the Plains against the Wayne Riders. When King Marhari fell in that battle, his son led the survivors on a long journey in search of a new home, resettling here. Marwen's people were not well satisfied dwelling in the Vales. They desired open country where they could ride and graze their herds. Their scouts found this near the Floodfells, but Marweni deemed it too rough and untamable and too close to the threat of Angmar. Oh, talk to... If this guy ends up... person ends up perhaps being an issue, then we'll see. I don't know who this is. That's why I was a little hesitant. But hey, I'll take a little backup. That's fine. If I need it. Now, where would I need it? Probably I should be on horseback, I assume. But perhaps up here. Yep. Oh, here we go. Hey, man.
Here, Mahwini built the Hall of Avabarg and named it the chief fortress of the Isuda.
The coming of the horsefolk roused the orcs, who attacked them again and again over the next century. Both Morwini's son and his grandson fell in battle, leaving only Forthari's youngest as heir. Defeat orcs. Hey, that I can do. Maybe. I guess we'll find out. Let's find out! Alright. Yeah. Alright. Come on, I can take y'all on. I'm the king of the world. Alright. Yes, I am enjoying myself. This is a fun quest. So, I think I've really kind of gone through all the news of note, as it were. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I mentioned. We do have Baggins' birthday underway, along with the Tale of the Shipwrecked Mariner. So if you've not had an opportunity to play either of those pieces of content, they're fun little kind of things to do this weekend. We are working toward War of Three Peaks, our first full roar next week. That's going to happen. So expect a whole lot of news about War of Three Peaks next week. Should be pretty exciting. I think you'll like it. When will we know what will be in the various offers for Update 28? So that should be in the pretty near future. The way it's going to formally work will be that when Update 28 goes live, there will be a web page that you will go to, and then you will make your purchase, and then all the information, all the legally binding information, which is part of the reason I'm not telling you about it today, is because it's all going to be outlined right there in terms of what you're going to get, and that information will be blasted all over the internet as soon as it's published. I can't promise we're going to get you that information before release, but I would say, like I said, I believe on the forums this morning, that despite it being a $20 expansion, in terms of scope of size, the format of the way we do our collectors and ultimate editions, you could expect to be about what you would expect for what we've done really in the past 3-4 years. So nothing should be too surprising there that I can think of, but some of the exact details may end up waiting until we are actually putting it up for sale. I don't know. I can't promise, and I don't want to make a promise on that today. It seems like a bad idea. So that's where we sit on this Friday. Is that okay? While I do so, multitasking in the realm of MMOs. But I will get to... I think someone's got a CS question that I wanted to make sure I was able to address. If that's you over in YouTube chat. Hang on, I'm working on it. Let me see what I got. Alright. Well, it never hurts to clear things out while I chat. So, alright, let me do that. Any updates on transfer issues relating premium housing and kin leadership? So, this week, everyone got together and we checked out the status of where we sit, where do we need to be, and what needs to be done yet before we can reopen world transfers to everybody. And does that include, say, the closed worlds or not? And what I can say is that that most recent meeting brought up some things that we still needed to do before we were able to open up world transfers. And so I am not in a position today to tell you that world transfers are gonna, say, like, open in the next week or two, but it could happen. It probably would happen. We want it to happen. You want it to happen. It's probably going to happen within the next couple of weeks. But until it is 1,000% ready, I don't want to say anything. There's a few minor kind of quirks that we're running into in terms of the process. You know, clearly we want, when we do these kind of transfer issues, what am I supposed to do? I think I must have gotten what I needed to from here, huh? Also, when it says in chat, just here to help. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate you being here. The person in the group here. Yeah, it's been nice to have you here. Welcome. Alright, let's go to the rings. Thank you, Staircase, for existing.
Frumgar received an ancient sword, Rothblada, from Kuranir the White.
With these allies, he defeated the orcs in battle at the age of 7.
Frumgar was victorious. We must show these foul marauders that Avabog is no home for orcs.
Alright, let me pause here to go through chat. I've got a ton of questions, no one from CS to ask them to. Let me see. Anything new about crafting with the new expansion? Nothing to announce yet, sorry. Any updates on transfer issues? We already answered that. Hopefully in the near future. We still have some things like, for example, when we do these kind of transfers, our QA people will, let's say, do a dozen of them, 2 dozen of them, 50 of them, 100 of them, whatever, right? You know, they need to make sure that it always works, or as close to always works as to be able to release it. And that hasn't happened yet. So until that happens, you know, we don't want to release it. So do we want world transfers? Oh god, yes. But we're just not in a position to do that yet. So that's the latest on it. All right. Okay, D-Nuke. I will check into the Thorin's Hall Rep Stout Axe Dwarf Guide question. I'm hitting Control V right now. Are we at Daybreak Games? Someone over on Facebook asked. Daybreak is our publisher, but we operate well, I'm operating from home, but we operate as a studio, Standing Stone Games, out of Massachusetts, whereas Daybreak is over in California. And so, no, I think is the answer to your question. Where have I hidden my connection status indicator? I don't know. Where have I hidden it? I don't use it. I've never used it for either game. Should I? Why would I? Why do I care? It seems to be working. I don't do status indicators usually. I've never have. I guess in the same way I've never used... I don't usually care what my frame rate is either. But... maybe I should, huh? For you. If you tell me how to do it, and I will get my lag status connection indicator to you. Are... nope. Yes, no. Did I not? Let's see. I'm just now getting to Twitch chat. Apparently there was some stuff. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to read through a whole bunch of Twitch chat. I think there was some kind of fighting going on, but I don't quite know what's going on, so let me see if I can figure out what's going on here. Will the LI work be done before Three Peaks comes out? No. Big Hanson, as far as I'm aware, no one was banned because they asked for Runekeeper buffs. If someone was spamming a message, they might have gotten a timeout, though, by the anti-spam in our Twitch chat. But otherwise, I'm not aware of that. Your message got that I'd be happy to talk about, which is kind of what I already just did, which is that classwork is expected to continue at its current pace, where you will see classwork in every release notes, pretty much. But no promises as to timetables for specific classes. Any... Is the new legendary Sauron-inspired server still coming this year? It's theoretically possible that it could, but I'm gonna say probably not. Probably not. Okay, where am I headed now? Let me check my map, see if I can see anything. Where am I going? Oh, okay. So it's around here. When will creeps get their update? Hopefully, as soon as I am in a position to announce a creepside update, I would love to do so. But I don't currently have any information to pass along to you. it's a deed, a slayer issue, but it still isn't clear to me is it because they're a different kind of dwarf folk? Is that why their reputation isn't applying? And would it? Why is there an expectation that it would apply? Maybe there should be, because I'm just not paying enough attention to it. And so I would be hesitant to want to say too much about that right now. But if someone is saying in chat that perhaps that is... Well, I guess what I'm asking is, are you saying it's a bug, or are you saying that it's just sort of the way it should be? Continue learning the history of the Rohirrim with Leothred. Okay, but where are you, Leothred? But where, though? But where, though? There you are. Okay. Oh, do I go back in Avaberg? Is that what I'm supposed to do? There we go. Okay. Can we please make the banker a housing item available in the Lotro store? Maybe.
Frumgar named his son Fram. Perhaps it would be in our best interest to check in with Grimvale.
Really? Alright. Well, I can do that. Perhaps I should take the Mithril shortcut. Sorry, group up with. Unless I can get there from Holdfist. I'm actually... No, I'm not on Holdfist. There we go. Hey, how's it going, man? It needs to travel north. I'm afraid I cannot allow that at the moment. I recently asked for one of the Eagles to gather news from the northern Bjorning outpost of Limlock. I should think the Eagle will return with news in a day or two. Now that you are here, why not pitch in with the daily work? There is always much to do. I need wood chopped, berries picked, and some lost chickens tracked down. Hey, speaking of lost chickens, have I got a video for you. If you have not had an opportunity to see it yet, you can go over to the Lotro forums and check out the Evernight 9-9 chicken raid video. It's over on YouTube. I believe the channel is Wisdom of Valar. I think Wisdom of Valar or Wisdom of the Valar. I can't remember which. Just sort of the whole group chicken raid thing, and it was fantastic. It was just a video highlight of the weekend. It was fantastic. So go and check that out if you can. Yeah, I hate it. Alright, let's see. I think it is intended, but that's, you know, it's the kind of old-timey language thing. I also don't like armor. Yeah, everything I could see... In time to do the shipwrecked mariner stuff. Actually, I'm probably going to duck out here in just a few minutes because I might have a thing that I'm going to be doing in about 10 minutes that may involve trying to purchase a next generation console. And so I may get greedy here and duck out in about 5 minutes. So I don't know that I actually have a whole lot of time to do that other stuff. But if I need to do chopping wood and stuff, let me chop some wood while I talk. Where's that again? Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to go out. Yeah, okay. I have to go outside, I think, right? Alright, so sorry, Meredith. It looks like I'm having some bad YouTube connection issues. And, so, you know. I'll look at the settings in XSplit next week and see where I am. Why am I not picking up berries? It says success. For some reason the berries aren't incrementing or anything. Are they supposed to be? It seems like they should be, right? Let's see what's over here, maybe. I'm gonna have to figure out what the heck I'm doing wrong here. Catching chickens, that's what I'm doing. Hey, chicken.
Okay. I think you have to pick up the 3 other quests.
Yeah.
You have to pick up the 3 quests before you can...
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was wondering, it's not working, so let me pick up the 3 quests, figure out where I do that.
Yeah, it's inside.
Just making my way around to the entrance. Where is that now? Oh, did I already? No, here we go. Okay. Hello. Where do I pick up the quests? Oh, inside the lodge?
Well, not inside, it's like 3 guys outside, I think.
Alright, thank you very much. I'll take a look at that. So I'm not seeing 3 people here, though, that have coins over their head, right?
Yeah, I already did those quests, but...
I may have to figure out what's going on here off stream since... Alright, well, I was going to kind of wrap things up a little bit early anyway, so why don't I go through the chat, see if we got any last minute things that I should mention, and then call it a show. Morlan, I mentioned this earlier, there will, as far as I'm aware, there will not be, the LI work is not going to be happening before War of Three Peaks. We'll have more information about the timing of it, though, as we do more of that work. Can't tell you much about it today, but it won't be ready for War of Three Peaks, no. Okay, so that's what's saying. So Chromite is saying, I already have the quest. The quests don't need to be picked up. They just start when you pick up the first log, chicken, or berry, except that it wasn't working for me. I wasn't incrementing. But you have to accept the quest. Oh! Like this one! And on that note, let's wrap up the stream. It will not be immediately available for Lotro points. War of Three Peaks will not be immediately available for Lotro points. It'll be the general time frame that we make them available for points after a cash purchase. So probably in the range of 3-ish months, 3 to 6 months. Most likely beyond there, assuming that we follow the template we've been using for recent similar efforts. So I think we will probably tell you specifically what month, for example, we would be offering the War of Three Peaks for Lotro points, perhaps in a future thing to be published. PS5 pre-order isn't working, don't waste your time. So, yeah, well, so... Alright. Show is over, folks. I'm going to be taking off in a few minutes. Show is over, folks. But for those of you who want to, let me show you what I got today. So or a couple days ago. So I guess back in August, right? I signed up with my PSN user ID to be like, hey, if I can get a console, let me know. And apparently I won a bit of a lottery here. Because wouldn't you know, but on like, was it Wednesday afternoon this week, I received an email, the content of which has been, any personal information has been scrubbed from in this image. And so I got this from the direct Sony PlayStation people saying, hey, do you want a PlayStation? If so, click on a link at exactly 1 o'clock Eastern here today, Friday, 9/18. And there you go. So I'm going to be doing that because originally I wasn't going to. I wasn't really in that much of a rush. But if they're going to extend that kind of thing to me and everyone else is struggling to get a PS5, well, maybe I should go and take a look at that. So I'm going to wrap up the stream just a couple minutes early. Hope you're